Non-duality means not two. This means that there is ultimately no separation between you and the other, between you and the world, no separation between you and the universe or the totality of what is. And so non-duality is everything, and so it's this. And this is not two, as in you and the universe, not two as in subject and object. There is simply this, which is what's appearing right now. And this appearing right now, you could call consciousness, awareness, beingness, I amness, your true nature, the true self, God, or simply what's appearing. There are many names for it. And essentially, this is what you really are, or what really is, and it's everything. Non-duality isn't oneness, because oneness implies two distinct things like yourself and the universe, and somehow they're linked together in oneness. What this message is saying is there never was two to begin with. There is only ever this. Not two as in past and future. There is only ever this, what's appearing right now. And what's appearing right now isn't the present moment, because a moment is a moment in time, and the past and future are only ever experienced as memory and imagination, which only ever appears as this that's appearing right now. Not two as in here or there. What's appearing only ever appears as the pure immediacy of what is. And so, all there is this consciousness appearing. And what this consciousness can appear as is the experience of being a person in a world. There can appear this belief that you are a separate individual me, which is located inside the body and looking out onto a separate world. And that experience is perpetually dissatisfying. Essentially, it's always lacking, and it always wants more. It wants more experiences to try to fully satisfy itself. But it's only temporarily satisfied for very short periods until there is inevitably a need for something else. The me identity is always in a mode of becoming. It seeks wholeness and completeness and resolution in some kind of new state. And yet it always needs more things to add on to itself, and more experiences or more knowledge or some kind of ultimate realization that will apparently solve anything, but it's never fully satisfied and always seeks more. And the me identity is limited. It's bound to the story of me, which is made out of all these conditioned beliefs and thoughts and opinions. And this separate self-identity is suffering. It can feel like things are happening to me and that they are personal. What this message is saying is that this experience of being a separate, limited individual is an illusion. What you really are, and what really is this consciousness that's appearing right now. And this consciousness, this beingness, is appearing as the dream of a person in a world. But this consciousness can appear as anything. It can appear as any dream. It's boundless, limitless, and infinite. And this is what you truly desire. This is the peace, the wholeness, the contentment, and fulfillment that you're looking for. You see, the separate self-identity is always looking for lasting peace and happiness in the world, in obtaining, achieving, or becoming, but it's ultimately fruitless because what it seeks is already here, and it can never do anything to get to this or get this because it already is this. This is the peace and the freedom that you're looking for. And it's completely immediate and completely unconditional. There is nothing that you have to do and nothing that you have to achieve or become to get to this, because it's already this. There's nothing that you have to intellectually know or understand, because it's already the case. It's just the belief in being a separate, limited individual that makes it feel like it's not the case, or have you making claims that there must be some kind of special knowledge or special experience that I have that you don't already have. But I don't. You already are this infinite consciousness, this infinite awareness that's appearing right now. The illusion of being a separate person in a separate world is an illusion. And an illusion is something that appears and exists, but is not what it appears to be. The person and the world exist and are real, but only relatively. They will always be temporary appearances. What is ultimately and truly real can only be what's always present, which is this appearance, this infinite consciousness that can appear as anything. This is the primary reality, and you are that. So if there's an openness within you, what can appear to happen when hearing this message is the belief and identification with being just a person can fall away. The belief that you are the me in your thinking can fall away. The illusion of being a separate, limited individual can just fall away. And when it falls away, what remains? Simply this awareness, this consciousness that's appearing right now. And this is unconditional peace, love, and freedom that you don't have to do anything about. And there's nothing to become. But it also doesn't mean that you shouldn't do anything in life. There are still things that can be done about your mental health, your physical health, your finances, relationships, or life situation. They're just no longer being done on behalf of a person who thinks they can find permanent fulfillment or freedom in some kind of future state. They're being done on behalf of and in celebration of the fulfillment and freedom that already is. They're no longer being done on behalf of a separate, limited me who needs to figure it out or find something new. They're simply just happening as a dance and flow of consciousness. When this truth is obvious, the person activity continues and life continues. Individuality isn't lost, just the identification with individuality falls away. You're no longer bound up by this heavy, limited, contracted feeling of me. On the relative level, in this current dream or appearance, you still act as a person in a world, but it's obvious that it's not the totality of who you are. It's obvious that you're not the character in that story. You are the consciousness dreaming this whole story of being a person in a world. You are this awareness which everything appears as and can appear as anything. And this awareness that you are is unconditional and imperturbable peace. It's already whole and complete. It's inherently fulfilled, needless and unattached. It's completely accepting of everything that appears within it without judgment, and it's causeless joy. Ultimately, it can't be described or conceptualized. It's what all descriptions and concepts appear within, because it's this and it's everything. That's non-duality, not two. Peace.